Welcome to Flyp Academy. Welcome to Lesson 8 of Russia in early 1917. In this unit, the key questions are: how were the Bolsheviks successful in seizing power in October 1917? How did the weaknesses of the provisional government contribute to the Bolshevik seizure of power? What were the roles of Trotsky and Lenin during the October Revolution? These are the key terms. Read through them carefully. Lenin, Bolsheviks, provisional government, Trotsky. Task: pause the video and make your own keyword glossary. Add any key term definitions to the keyword glossary for each topic as you go along. Make sure you know what all the keywords mean. They are very important. Challenge: use the keywords in a sentence. The source above is from a book titled A History of the Russian Revolution, published in 2014. Task: pause the video and think about the reasons it suggests that the Bolsheviks were able to seize power. What do you already know that may challenge the reasons that it suggests? In this lesson, we will focus on the events which took place in October 1917 in Russia, and look at the causes of the Bolshevik seizure of power. You're going to be shown a series of key events that linked to the revolting Russians. For each news flash, you need to summarize the event and then explain the impact on Russia. Decide whether or how it weakens the PG, whether or how it strengthens the Bolsheviks, and what impact it might have had on ordinary Russian people. For each newsflash, pause the video to allow yourself time to summarize the event and look at the impact. There will be 14 newsflashes. Task: pause the video. You need to summarize the event and then explain the impact on Russia. Whether or how it weakens the PG. Whether or how it strengthens the Bolsheviks. What impact it might have on ordinary Russian people. Taking into account the events that you have recorded on your table, think about the following questions. How did the events of March to November weaken the provisional government? How did the events of March to November show the strength of the Bolsheviks? To what extent did the events of March to November impact upon the Russian people? Was the Bolshevik takeover due to weakness of the provisional government or success of the Bolsheviks? Task: pause the video. Explain how the events of March to November 1917 showed weaknesses in the provisional government. The main reasons why the Bolsheviks were successful in seizing power in October 1917 can be put down to 3 reasons: the role of Lenin, the role of Trotsky, failures of the provisional government. From our own knowledge, what weaknesses did the provisional government already have? Task: pause the video. Make a list of the weaknesses of the provisional government that we are already aware of. By October 1917, the provisional government was in serious trouble. Kerensky seemed unable to take decisive action against the Bolsheviks. The main failures suffered by the provisional government at the time were: the Kornilov report had weakened Kerensky and weakened support for the provisional government. Instead, ordinary people increasingly gave their support to the Bolsheviks. The army and navy had lost all discipline, and the government could no longer count on their support to maintain law and order. Peasants, many of whom were deserters from the army, were seizing land all over Russia, and the provisional government, having lost control of the army, had no way of stopping this. Task: pause the video and add any further reasons that we have just discussed that would show weaknesses of the provisional government. As we have just discussed, the role of Lenin and Trotsky have also been seen as key reasons for the success of the Bolsheviks in October 1917. Task: pause the video. Type the following website into your browser. Read John D. Clare's evaluation of the importance of Lenin and Trotsky. Write your own evaluation of each individual. Look at source B. It has been taken from a biography of Trotsky published in 2003. How useful would source B be to a historian investigating the role of Trotsky in the Bolshevik seizure of power in October 1917? Task: pause the video to answer the question discussed. This is a similar style question to one that you would see in your GCSE exam paper. There were three main reasons for the success of the Bolsheviks seizing power in October 1917. Let's remind ourselves of those three main reasons. On paper 3, you will have to answer a 12-mark question. This is a very simple question to achieve full marks on, as long as you follow a clear peel structure. It will always give you 2 points to write about, but you must include information of your own that is not given in the question. If you don't do this, you can't get more than 6 out of 12. The task that you've just completed will help you to scaffold your answer to this question. You have already identified 3 reasons and provided an explanation to support your factor. Construct this into 3 peel paragraphs to help you answer the practice exam question, as follows. Task: write an answer to this practice exam question. Task: colour code your answer. This will help you identify your areas of explanation, which are key to securing marks in this question.